Merry Christmas.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel and this is youngest Vasel Ruby. And today we're here with another one of our Christmas shopping guides. This time we're going to be talking about party games. Games to play at parties. Everyone likes party games, right? Here we go. Games are a big part of what I do as a gamer. Many times people who play games love these in-depth, long, involved games and forget that there are games that are just fun to bring out and have a group of people to play them. It can be hard sometimes to determine whether a game is a party game or not, but these are 5 games I think that you could take to most parties and really have a good time with them. There is a plethora of party games that are out there, and many of them are just not that good or don't have a lot of effort put into them. But I think these stand above the crowd, so let's take a look at them. The first one here is Choose One. Choose One is basically a boxed version of Would You Rather, but it's a kinder one. Many Would You Rather games often offer you 2 terrible situations and you have to pick one. That's not what this one is. This is basically asking you between 2 things that many people like, and you have to guess which one do you like better. For example, Reese's Pieces or M&M's, Betty Crocker or Chef Boyardee, Marilyn Monroe or Madonna, rock star or astronaut, sword fight or fist fight. And these are given to somebody, and then everybody else at the table has to guess which one that person would pick. So, for example, did you know that I would pick sword fight over fist fight? I would pick astronaut over rock star. Marilyn Monroe or Madonna? I guess Marilyn Monroe. Betty Crocker or Chef Boyardee? Whew, it's a tough one, but I think I'd go with Betty Crocker. Reese's Pieces and M&M's? Easy choice for me, Reese's Pieces. And you would have to guess that, you and everyone else at the table. So it's very fun. It's a way to get to know people. These are kind of innocuous questions. There's a whole pile of these cards in the box with some cool pieces. You can have this set up and being taught very quickly from Looney Labs, a fun little game here called Choose One. The next game is one that takes a phrase from texting, and that is ROFL. ROFL, like I said, comes from texting. This is the party game of mixed communication. This game here is a game in which you are trying to get someone to guess a phrase that's in the game. Each person gets their own little whiteboard and their marker, and then a phrase is given to everybody but one person. That person closes their eyes. Everyone else gets something like, it's clobbering time, or help, help, I'm being repressed, or here's looking at you, kid. So you get a phrase like that, I'm hungry like the wolf, or whatever, and everybody has to write that phrase out as short as they possibly can. So you are trying to get someone else to guess it by writing as few letters, symbols, spaces as you can, numbers, etc. So it's like texting, except here, whoever has the shortest amount gets to show that first to the person who's guessing. If they can guess it from that, you get points. If not, we go to the next person. So you could write out the whole phrase, but probably you're going to lose because someone could drop a couple letters and beat you, but someone might be able to drop a few more letters. Obviously, everyone knows that ROFL means rolling on the floor laughing, but I don't think most people mean IHLTW means I'm hungry like the wolf. How are people going to guess that? But you might be able to just add a few more letters and get it. This game works well. It also works well with teams. It's a great game just to watch and laugh at the different acronyms that people come up with. So that is ROFL. And a game that's very similar to that, but works with pictures, is a new game just came out called Pix. In Pix, each player is given a magnetic board. And on this board, each player is going to be given 20 different black squares that they're going to be able to place in the squares on this board. They also have a red square, which gives you a chance to add just a small dash of color, and an arrow, which allows you to point towards something on this picture that you're drawing. Players are split up into groups of 2 or 3, depending on how many people are playing, and each of those groups is given a card with some words on it. For example, this one here has rooster, or jumping rope, or necklace, or catapult, or tongue, or parasol, or cat, or peg leg. and each person has to draw a picture with the little pixels that you have. The person who uses the fewest pixels worth of points, and the red one is worth more, the arrow is worth more, they will show that to the other players who are not their partner, and everybody will try to guess it. If they can't, then we go to the other person who used more, and people try to guess from theirs. If you don't guess from either one, then there's a clue. So for example, let's say the word is surfer. The clue that we would give people then is written on the card, which is wave. People then have another chance to guess. If they guess it correctly, then only the guessers get a point rather than the people drawing the picture. And the points are these little fuzzy blocks here. Very fun. Very good. Even if you're someone who's really good at drawing, making things out of pixels is different. And if you're someone who's not good, you know, you're just trying to do an approximation of the picture here, and you're using these. The magnetic boards are really cool. It's fun to move around here as players are trying to build their pictures. And again, this is a game that will elicit a lot of laughter. So just like the RFL, where you're trying to use as few letters as possible, in Pix you're trying to use as few pixels as possible. So that is a good party game. Now this one here is one that you probably, unlike anything else you've played before, and that is Going, Going, Gone. Going, Going, Gone is an auction game, and you might say, well, Vasel, I don't want to play an auction game. That's not a party game. Well, this one is very much so. In this game, you have these plastic cups, and each player has money, but your money is, instead of money, it's these cubes that are of your color. And you have different cards that you are trying to win. Each card comes from different countries of the world and shows different things, like a record player, a car, comic books, etc. You'll put these cards next to the cups. Then one person will take this board here, and they will count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody, including the person counting, while they are counting down, will be throwing cubes into these cups at the same time in a frantic method. After the person is done counting, they will slam this board on top of the cups, covering them up so that nobody else can put cubes into those cups. You will then count all the cubes in each cup, and whoever has the most cubes wins that card. They pay their cubes to the bank, everyone else gets their cubes back, and you start another round. You can trade in sets of these cards for more cubes as the game goes by, and when the game is over, after 7 rounds, whoever has the most cubes plus value of the cards is the winner. You get matches like if you have Chinese cards and you have 5 of those, you get a certain number of points, or if you have 5 sets of cars, you get points. This game is crazy. People can count down fast, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or slowly. It doesn't matter as long as they're consistent with how they count, and the cubes will be flying everywhere. People are laughing. I've not seen a game that people have just laughed at so much for a long time. So while this may not seem like your typical party game, I certainly would include it as one. Going, Going, Gone. Then finally, this one is a bit of an older game, but it's still a good one, and it keeps coming out with new expansions, and that is Dixit. Now, the copy I'm showing you here is Dixit Odyssey, but you really can get any Dixit game in existence. Let's take a look. Now, all the Dixit games pretty much work the same way, and they're all compatible. So when you get the itch to add more cards, and you will if you like Dixit, Dixit has just really strange artwork. There's pictures that are drawn. This one here shows ballet slippers with a spider web. This one here shows a library with a book floating. This one here shows some plants cutting themselves with a knife. This one here shows a picture of the sky actually having fallen. And there's all kinds of great pictures within Dixit. So each person will have a handful of these cards. One person will take a look at their card, and they can say anything they want. They can just make a noise. They can say a long description. They can say, this reminds me of Billy Bob Joe. They'll put this card face down. Everyone else looks at their cards, and they will put one face down in the middle. We mix them up. We place them out. And then each player votes and tries to guess which one of the cards is the one that the original person put down. If everybody guesses it right, the original person doesn't get points and everyone else does. So you don't want to make your clue too easy. If no one guesses it, then the original person doesn't get points. So you don't want to make your clue too hard. And if some people guess it, then both they and the clue giver will get points. But everyone else will also get points if someone else picks their card. So when you hear the clue, you try to play a card that you think will make people pick yours rather than the clue givers. This allows for a lot of creativity amongst players as they can sit there and make all sorts of weird things up. You know, obviously if I say pink ballet slippers with a spider web, that's too easy. But if I say until death, well, that's kind of too hard maybe, but maybe somebody will pick this card because of it. So it's very interesting, a lot of fun. I've never had this one go over poorly. It's a great game. Dixit. Now, everyone's definitions of what party games are different, but I always define them as a game I would take to a party and play. And I thought those were five really fun ones, and you can find all of them at Cool Stuff Inc., which is what all the prices that we listed are, and they deliver all over the place, so that's great. Christmas is a great time to introduce people to games, and I think that if you are someone who's trying to introduce people to games, these are the kind of games I start with. These are the kind of games I can take to a large gathering and play with. Anyhow, that's it from me. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this is Ruby. We'll see you guys later.